it's slowly loading. There
Yeah.
it goes. Yes, now we are hey we're live. Yes, welcome back to Icebreaker TV. Isn't I feel like it should be Icebreaker TV or Icebreaker TV Live. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm trying to keep the brandy concurrent. But anyway, welcome back to the stream, guys. We are playing Resident Evil for the normal main story this time around. I think you guys have been watching the Separate Ways DLC campaign for probably for over a week and a half now. And you guys saw the highlight clips of AC and I doing this. But yes, now we're back. We're both back actually, right? AC, you just came back from Solana Breakpoint, is that right?
Yeah. That was an immense trip, and so much happened. And I feel like a completely different person. I was gone for 10 days,
Wow.
and I've never even been out of the country before. So it was an experience.
10 days traveling alone out of the country. And so you've never like let alone like leaving the country, you've never flew alone into a different place ever, like
Correct.
solo, right? Wow,
Well,
that's
not ever. I did once go down to, just this summer actually, went down to uh, Myrtle Beach. And so that kind of prepared me for going that distance. But I really did so much walking through a large city and going on public transportation when
yeah.
I've never done any of that before. So it was, honestly, I kind of miss it. Right
Yeah.
now, I mean, the access to the cafes and shops, I live very rural, so. Ooh,
I love how the story just stops.
I know.
Ooh, this is interesting.
It is. I get distracted. What can I say?
Oh no. So, totally justified. Damn.
Good. That was a good graphic, the end one.
December 30th.
So, I mean, walking through the city, one of my best memories from this was walking through the city in the very, very early morning, like at 6:30 a.m. And I got to see all the shops open and the people starting their days and getting to work, and kids are on their bikes going to school. It was something that I would greatly encourage anyone to do. Go out, get out, do something that's outside of your comfort zone, because the personal growth, it happens immediately and it's immense.
So it kept my mind off everything.
See, like you saw you saw people going to school, and because like I figured you would be landing in like
For a second.
like the tourist district area, but I guess you were somewhat in the residential then, right?
Different.
No, it's everywhere. I mean, people live in the middle of the city though too. I mean, it's where are their kids supposed to go?
Right. Is it what I said, or is it this music?
No, you said it like I was in more of a residential area possibly versus being in the city. I mean, people live directly in the cities, so their kids have to go to school somewhere. So, and the thing is that's why it felt so nice, because this was a safe kind of area to walk in, to be around. It didn't really matter what time of day. I kind of felt safe to be in the city. And this is me just walking by myself. And I've kind of always been afraid to do that. I'm not a city person usually.
Oh,
So,
People have gone missing around me.
but there's small streets and small cafes, and just it's so much more within a normal capacity of living. See, in America, we tend to be like larger restaurants, and just everything is too big, I guess, the scope of it.
mhm.
So the cafes, they have maybe 6 to 12 tables, and they can seat 40, 50, 60, possibly 60 at a time.
Wow. See, on the topic of cafes, like I gotta ask, because it's been years since I've been back to Amsterdam. And last time I went, oh, well, I went traveling with family, so there was no attending any cafes of any kind for obvious reasons. But
No, it's you got it backwards though. It's not cafes, it's the coffee shops.
oh, oh,
The
see, you know,
yeah.
perfect. You know exactly what I'm getting at then.
Of course, that's because most people are like, "Oh, you went to Amsterdam, did you?
Mhm.
Did you go sit down at a cafe?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did, and the food was great." And they're like, "Yeah, food." I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly what you go to a cafe for. You're talking about a coffee shop because they can't. There's
Mhm.
some kind of law that says they can't sell, or they can't. I don't remember how they phrased it, but you're not supposed to sell directly, like have it
Uh-huh.
labeled just weed or something. So
Right.
it's a coffee shop. You go to a coffee shop because that's where you go to get your weed. That's where you go to get high.
Yeah. Wait, so people are smoking indoors in the coffee shops?
Yes,
Oh,
it's
wow.
generally frowned on to smoke on the city streets.
That's right.
He sure is sick.
And then yeah, even like being loud on the streets is not received very well. So people that are rowdy tend to be looked at with, it's a lot of displeasure,
Thanks for helping me.
if you go in kind of larger groups than like maybe 4 people,
Mhm.
it's considered really weird. At one point, we kind of left this one party, and it was everybody that was at the party, and the place was an Airbnb, and there was no way that they weren't over capacity, because I
Right.
think there was like 60 to relatively 60 people walking the streets because they got kicked out of this Airbnb because there were too many people in the Airbnb at one time.
Ugh.
So we were all walking through trying to find a different place. I'm thinking, how is this going to work? There's nowhere that has this much capacity, let alone wants to have these. I mean, they were nice. It wasn't like they were all too far gone or whatever.
Mhm.
They weren't being loud, and we were just walking through in this giant group through Amsterdam, and
And
we
they're
kept
all like
going.
NFT people.
Yeah, and we kept losing people, like a group of 7 here, a group of,
That's
4
awesome.
here. And so at the very end, we were in this, I think it was Rembrandt Park or something or another. It had this nice green area where there was a lot of cafes in the area. And um, it was nice because it was like everybody was there, and saw somebody across the court, and just wave, say hi, and it was kind of weird, but yeah, it was kind of nice too, just sitting down and saying hi to a bunch of people and then moving on to the next group. And
Yep. It's like bar hopping.
in a way, yes,
Yeah.
very much.
Busco a un policía. Vino aquí?
You know a
What?
key.
Do we?
I I have no idea. My Spanish is no bueno. But it does sound like you miss it there, man. Because
I do.
it's been years since I've been back, but like from the vague memories that I do have, whoa.
Yeah. Okay, so the thing too, there you go, just kind of, there you go, kind of shoot him or something.
No, I don't need to. I'm an acrobat. Just
Sure, I'm sure. You do backflips and everything.
Youth
You're
just
gonna have
start.
to prove that sometime. Oh, finally you got the key. Good job, you picked
Wait,
it up.
Prove what?
Well
Oh my
done.
god! Prove that I'm an acrobat. Oh, you will see it. You will.
Oh, that sounds scary. Not even a promise. It sounded very threatening.
Oh my god.
Oh, breakfast.
Okay. Cool.
Speaking of breakfast,
Speaking of breakfast,
they really had such good food. I think there was only one time where the food was even halfway mid, and I'm not even sure what that was. I don't remember
mid.
because
Look at us using these terms like pro.
that's right. Yeah, because I've got to get you started and to use them and get the usage of them down, so you'll hear them a lot more in conversation because I'm helping you to connect.
I bet.
Right, good job. And also, I feel a little sad though. But no, the quality of the food. So everything is not as much like fake ingredients. Like all of it's made with like real ingredients. So that the taste is so much better.
Mhm.
The focus, I think, is just on just a completely different focus. Every place in that I'm close to, it's just, you do things the way you've always done, and get big, portions out, and all you can eat like buffets because it's
Oh, exactly.
Wisconsin. But
No fucking way.
Jesus. 1 second. Well,
I was watching them step closer and closer. I'm like, I
I was
think
afraid to say anything because you were talking about buffets and food. I'm like, I don't want to distract them from the story, but this guy is getting real freaking close. Damn it! But sorry, please continue. There's lots of buffets in Wisconsin.
oh, unfortunately, yeah, it's all you can eat this, and like fresh fish fries and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people love their all you can eat buffets here. Ooh, that looked like it hurt.
Oh my God, he has a brother in there.
Hey, brother, sure.
Oh God.
Look at that. Well, they coordinate really well.
Yeah. Damn it.
They're okay. Well, good job.
Oof. Cool. Wow.
So, how many times have you played this game?
It's a good question. I haven't played this. I haven't played this actually in a couple of years. But the original I actually played. I played that like, I don't know, back in like maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then the one that we played together, that was the newly released DLC, like the one with the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like the side story that happens while this is going on at the same time. It kind of details like how the girl, like, I guess, helps him in his
Do you not remember the character's name?
I do, but I don't know if you
okay.
know it. Okay, so the main character's name is Leon, and the girl's name is Ada.
I know. I remembered. That's
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure you remembered.
Nah.
I mean, I was prepared to kind of
She may have been taken back.
I'll see what I can find.
Yeah, be sad. I will just go with that. Be sad that you didn't remember the character's name, but
Be sad.
her name is Cardano.
It's true.
Gotta go.
Yeah, Isle made that joke last time, and I was like, "What the hell is he talking about?" That was bad.
Ooh, you done did it now.
Did you just say my cell phone? Oh.
Me?
No, I heard someone said my cell phone. Am I tripping? Did you hear that, Isle? I swear.
No, I didn't.
Someone just said my cell phone. Yes. Ada.
Ooh.
So,
Marauder, you're so creepy.
I'm behind you.
Uh-huh.
See, I can't physically turn right now due to the limitations and restrictions on my headset, but I'm just gonna assume that he's not really behind me.
Yeah, good luck with that.
And carry on with the gameplay. But I want to ask you something about Breakpoint. So, like, to my understanding, like, Breakpoint was supposed to be an event that was like a week long, right? There's multiple events going on. But from what I saw on Twitter, it seemed like there was like a collage of like multiple different projects, all there doing their own thing. So, like, how does that work exactly?
Actually, I mean, you're not that wrong in that way of thinking, because I think this Breakpoint was so very, very different. There was a lot more focus on individual representations.
Mm-hmm.
So they did have, the conventions, and they did have a lot of different news that they wanted to get out, and kind of gathering of minds and proposing ideas and putting something out there to the attendees that could possibly bring attention to something or educate, inform.
Yeah.
There was a lot. There was a lot of speakers. There was a lot of panels. It was.
Oh, did you get to speak there too?
No,
What?
I'm
Really?
not like.
What?
Why would I be a
Why would they
speaker?
not allow you to speak there? That is
I
a
didn't.
disservice to Solana Breakpoint. I are
There's
disappointed.
no. There's nothing that I would share that somebody else couldn't do it better. Um,
Oh, come on.
but there's okay. Wrong
please
point.
continue to
Wrong
say.
place to pause. I shouldn't have just paused there. Anyway. But there was so much. I just really was so happy to just meet the people that I met. Some of the presenters and project founders, because they're actually doing something. They're actually making something possible. So creating connections for that was a huge part of the convention itself. And then the side events, there got to be so many side events that people are like, oh, what side events did you go to? I'm like,
Yeah.
I went to some, but the thing that I just laugh over is people that say, oh, I went to all of them. I'm like, no, you didn't. You couldn't have, because there was so many going on.
And also, you didn't attend the one that I went to. So
right.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Ooh, a bear trap.
Yeah. Damn it. Damn it.
Yeah, like that wouldn't have broke his leg.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, okay, buddy. Come on. There you are. Hello. So slow and calm and collected. Oh wow, he ain't dead. Oof. Gotcha. So all these different projects doing their own thing at Solana Breakpoint. I guess it's more like they're all trying to find their individual like platforms and little events to kind of promote their project, right? That's kind of
not even about promotion, really. It's about gathering their people together.
Right.
It's more about that network and what is possible. I mean, honestly, it's because there's a certain amount of trying to get attention, but it's attention from whom? And doing stuff with other projects. There was a lot of that cross collaboration happening, and with the amount of people too that are involved in projects, it seems that there is a lot of people that do like I do, as they work for multiple projects, right?
Yeah.
And so you've got some people that are saying, hey, I can reach out to this person, we can do this. So there's a lot of true networking going on, collaborations that are going to be significant. I heard a couple of things that might be happening, and
you got the alpha.
No, not really. I mean, it's not like that. I mean, just because I say I heard a rumor does not mean it's alpha.
No, this is welcome to the alpha stream. This is where AC drops the heat on.
Not even. Not even. Now you're going to have people saying that, oh yeah, let's ask AC. She's got some type of connection. I literally do not.
Yes, she's going to get to 10,000 followers tonight.
If I did that, I promised then I would have some alpha for real. Yeah.
Okay. I missed the kill. Here we go.
Yeah, you should try harder. I don't know. Do something better.
Oh, he's going to swing at me from behind. Ow. Oh, God. Wow, there's a lot of you guys. Oh, just another day, right? Whoa. Okay. Oh, wow. Damn. So, I don't actually know what I'm doing right now. I'm just going to run. So wait, so the events that you were doing, because you told me that you were actually hosting a couple of events on your
no,
you were representing.
Just one.
Oh,
just one. Don't make me bigger than I am.
All right, the one event that you were responsible for holding. Which one was that?
Art event. So urban sketching through the city of Amsterdam.
We
had two that we were going to be following different routes, and the problem was it would have been wonderful that we had such a high turnout. Well, for interest, not maybe turnout, but interest in it, that it just kind of snowballed in a huge way.
Mhm.
So we ended up just letting everybody in because I think at that point it was like, well, if there's this much interest, it's not a mass. It wasn't ever supposed to be a mass of people at one point. It is just supposed to be, people. This is kind of a directive. Let's do it a little bit more casual. And this is the focus that you can have. This is what can be possible. We've got this route for you. Go along it, and then we can meet at the end and either share and kind of get that meeting of the minds going,
Mhm.
or you can just continue on and do what feels good, what you feel comfortable doing. And the weather did not cooperate at all.
I heard it was raining like crazy, right?
All the time, the entire time during the conference. So, but the days that it led up were days that I was sick. I actually got a bad cold.
Oh,
So
no.
my last days in Amsterdam, when the sun was out, it was just gorgeous, and I didn't really want to go anywhere. I just stayed in my hotel.
Right.
He just wanted to steam your hair. It's good for your skin. Go back.
I'm like trying to get away from the chainsaw guy. So wait, when you flew back, if I remember correctly, you were still sick, right?
Oh yeah,
Damn.
like cold and everything, but they just wanted to say hi. You gotta stop being mean to people. They're just trying to and get better aim. You can't hit the machine. It doesn't work like that. You just gotta go for the brains or something.
Whoa.
Oh,
There's a lot of y'all chilling in here. I'm about to die at any second.
yeah, I was just gonna say.
Is
Oh,
he, oh my god.
no.
Is he in here? Oh gosh, he is in here.
The guy behind you, like
Oh, I
right
have it.
now, behind your neck, in the room with you.
Oh, jeez. Ow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, this is. Damn.
This looks like it requires a different level of expertise. He's really good with that chainsaw swinging it around. That requires muscle.
Oof.
Oh, you turned your back on him. Why did you do that?
I'm trying to loot. I'm trying to loot on the ground. Wow. Whoa, that bull. Whoa.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Zombie bull on fire.
Damn. I don't know if that's a zombie bull. I think it's just a regular bull. Okay. Okay. That nightmare is temporarily over. Giga Chad zombie with the chainsaw workout.
What? They're affected by the
Las Plagas.
the what?
The Las Plagas. It's like it's a parasite that infects your brain and makes you heed the beck and call of their lord.
Ah.
And then when they get real mad, they just turn into parasite monsters that erupt out of your head.
Oh,
And
well,
those are the
that's
things that-
attractive.
Yes, quite so. But damn, you miss Amsterdam, huh? Regardless of getting lost or being sick or having gone through the cold weather and traveling in all those conditions.
Yeah, I do. There's so much that I wanted to do that I didn't get a chance to get to. Like, I wanted to go to the Amsterdam Library. I wanted to go to the museums and even just to walk the streets and go do some shopping. I did a small amount, but then it got a little too much, and I had to go back and just pass out. I mean, it's always good to go, walking around the city when you have a head cold. But really, it was just a nice experience just to be out in the city. They have places to sit everywhere, and so just watching traffic go by and just being able to say, okay, I'm kind of hungry now. I'm going to go get a snack, and being able to find a small place that has something quick was really nice.
So when Wisconsin is not, it's not like that at all, I'm guessing.
No, not in Wisconsin, in the rural parts. I mean, I
Gotcha.
live like 25 minutes away from a city, and that's
Oh,
driving. So
oh, okay, wow. Okay, I see. So it's tough for you to find like a cafe, not a coffee shop. It's tough for you to find like any kind of retail nearby, right?
oh yeah, there's homes nearby. There's
Yeah.
fields. If I
Fields?
wanted to grab a quick snack, I might, go out and gnaw on some pine cones maybe, but I don't
What?
really,
No way.
I'm not a fan of that type of intake. I'm not that low on my fiber levels. So
Right. I hope this is like a joke that I'm just not. There's no
I mean,
way.
you won't know until you actually get here, but no, I mean you can eat pine seeds.
Great. So we're gonna be eating pine cones and vegetation, whatever's available in the food.
Probably cheese.
Probably cheese. I do like cheese. Cheese and wine, delicious. Are you a fan of
Cheese.
Are you a fan of wine?
It's all right.
That sounds
I
like
mean, it's okay. The thing is that there's not cheap wine. I mean, I have better taste, I guess.
only the good stuff.
Only.
Okay. What is let's ask you this then. What to you? What is considered cheap wine, and what is something that's on like the A tier list that you would go for?
See, this I wouldn't know. I'm not that much of a connoisseur. I just I know what tastes good and what does not. So that's sad. That's sad to say. I sound like I'm so picky or like I'm some kind of snob. I'm like, I don't really have labels. I just know what I like.
Okay, fine. What do you? Whoa, my legs are fine. But no. Okay,
Sure.
what do you like then in terms of wine
Well,
selection?
more
Red
like
wine,
something light and a little bit sweeter.
sweeter.
I like
So
to
like,
cook with wine, I think, more than I like to drink it. So
oh, okay. So, but when you say sweeter, like, are we talking like rosé sweet, or are we talking like Pinot Noir sweet?
yes, to both.
What? those two are like in two different classes of sweet. Rosé is like real sweet, and then like Pinot Noirs are like on the sweeter side, but not like the
Well,
sweet.
exactly. I mean, do I only have to like one? What was the distinction there?
I'm trying to get an understanding of like what degree of sweet in terms of
Eh,
wine do you like.
Okay, so just a little. It depends too on like what is being eaten. I don't know. Like I'm
Okay,
allowed to
okay.
have preferences, but I don't need to stay within those confines. I mean,
Did she just say she ate pine cones? Yeah, she did. You totally
I did
did.
not. I have not
Quick,
eaten pine
Google for us.
cones.
What kind of wine goes well with pine cones?
Something woodsy and
Yeah,
with
barley.
deep flavor.
You would that would be whiskey.
Okay, I'll go with that. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's, whiskey, bourbon, rum.
You down for that?
Yeah,
For
sure.
that light? Okay, cool.
Cool.
Yes, very, very cool. But no, I'm serious about the wine bit though. So okay, let's say there's no food tasting. You're just having wine, just relaxing, right? You're just hanging out. Well, let me knife it. Perfect.
Yeah, wait. Let me knife this guy.
Yeah. Let me not screw this one up. So if you're just having wine, like a chillaxing evening, no food involved, what kind of wine would you go for?
I don't know because I don't do that.
Huh?
I wouldn't know how to answer that because I don't do that.
I feel like, well, hold on, there's another dude here. Why you don't do that? You don't go for
No, I just don't like sit down in an evening and sit back. I'm like, I just what's downtime? What is I don't stop. I just, keep going, keep working. There's stuff to do.
Wow. So can we just like put you in a hypothetical like peaceful downtime? Like you have 2 hours. We're hanging out, AC. We're hanging out. We're not working. We're just chilling. We're not eating anything. Don't make things more complex than they need to be. What is the wine that you're ordering?
I don't think I can understand those words you put together. They don't make sense. They're not computing.
Okay, cool. I guess I'm ordering the wine whenever this happens. This is not a conversation I want to be. I want to be having on the day. Like,
No. Okay. So tell me what your choice would be then.
Oh, for me, I drink majorly two things. If I go for hard liquor, it is vodka. If I go for not as hard liquor, then I go for soju, and they're 40% and 20% respectively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah, but hold on. But recently there's
hold on while I kill this guy.
No one being killed right now. But now I've had there's like an extreme that I've started to get into. I don't drink it very often, but there's
you've started absinthe?
No, there's an what? No, there's an extreme of alcohol that I've really started to like recently. I've had it a couple of years back, but it wasn't until like recently where I found a distributor.
Oh my goodness, you sound like you're into moonshine. Did you get into moonshine?
It's probably at that level, to be honest.
Oh
so it's a Chinese or whatever Chinese-ish beverage. It's 58%. It is it's very strong compared to your typical. Yeah, so it is in that vein of moonshine-esque alcohol choices. But yeah, that's it honestly, yeah, holy shit, for real. Yeah, it's really good, man. It's honestly really good. And it's also a white alcohol. It's clear. And the reason why I kind of choose that is white, what the heck was that? White triple distilled alcohols, they're easier to filter, and they usually they don't carry as much of a hangover the following day, which actually explains why I was so ridiculously hungover at Quebec City, because like for the first time in a long time, it was just like open bar, people are just drinking whatever. And I don't want to be that one guy that's like, oh no, I'm not going to drink rum. Oh, I'm not going to drink tequila. I'm going to drink whatever the heck everyone else is drinking because it's open bar, right? So,
but yeah, anyway. I'm going to get, absolutely blacked out drunk just because I need to come to social mores here while I'm here. I'm going to join the crowd.
Yes.
And have a hangover that lasted for 48 hours?
Wait, are you asking me?
There's no one else that I'm asking.
Sure.
I mean,
that is
unless you're wanting to involve the guy that's standing behind your shoulder in this conversation.
Who? No, but no. Hold on a second. I hear this voice. Someone is nearby.
You keep saying that. You keep saying. Did you hear that?
Yes, because you can't hear it because of our whole audio situation, which we will figure out, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that we will figure out in the weeks to come. So be prepared for a spectacular audio experience. Whoa, oh my God, there you are. Lady. Okay.
Apparently, Marauder thinks that I should do one of these drunk and see how next level I make it.
I see. AC drunk would be next level. She's already over here eating pine cones and yeah, she's I don't know, man. It sounds like she's a whiskey gal. It really does sound like she's a whiskey gal.
I mean, I think beer is nasty.
Good to know. We will get along just fine.
Wait, we didn't before? Where'd this come from?
True. Damn straight bourbon, and I read that as bourbon and bear for a second. Bourbon and beer are my favorites.
I'm really sad. I'm finding out all this information about ice. I just don't know what to say about this.
Oh yes.
I don't think. Well, see, I don't drink hardly anything really. So have a favorite of anything is not. That's not even a conversation, because I feel like to have a favorite of anything, you need to have tasted enough to know at least something.
True, something that you just like. Oh my God. Yeah, no worries. I'm fine. So I guess you don't drink enough to have a list of stuff that you dislike in order to have a list of stuff that like, oh, this really stands out as delicious to me.
Okay, but Kraken Kraken rum, the I
Wow.
think it was, yeah, black spiced. Definitely good. Definitely very, very good.
Kraken.
Hmm.
That sounds intense. That sounds way more intense than vodka. if anything.
I don't know, but I mean, I think vodka, if you get a good vodka, it's a lot smoother and you get that crispness into it.
Well,
But
I mean, it's basically down to Belvedere and Grey Goose, right? I really don't know what else. Hold on a second.
excuse me while I kill this guy.
Yes, it's just part of the job. But no, but really though, like when it comes down to vodka, besides Belvedere and Grey Goose, like everything else is just it's kind of the same. Like it's all at that absolute vodka level, which is pretty not the greatest kind of vodka, but it's affordable, it's abundant. Every bar has it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I've had some potato vodka, and that was pretty decent.
Did you say potato vodka?
Yeah, I did.
All vodkas are derived from potatoes. Hello?
Mm,
Are you Googling this right now?
you know what? I don't think you're right. There's grain vodka, there's corn vodka, and potato vodka.
I guess the correct term. They're all carb derivative. Like they're all like potato.
Of course, they're
and
going to be
product.
carb derivative. Like,
Yeah.
what do you suppose is in alcohol? I mean, you'd have to have the carbs in there. That's what literally makes an alcoholic beverage.
That's the one thing that nobody wants. That's part of the beverage. Unfortunately.
Yeah. But I mean, it's people. Yeah, just drink your carbs, people.
Yeah, liquid injection. But wait, did I tell you the story about my journeys in Quebec City?
Mm-mm.
Oh boy. So on Friday, I took off. On Friday, I got up super early in order to make the plane, and we landed at about 12 p.m. in Quebec City, right? And ever since we actually got what is that noise? Is that is
I'm
not
getting so disturbed by you. Keep thinking that you hear things.
Sorry, I think I do hear things. But anyway, so we're in Quebec City, and then we landed at about 12 p.m. Local time, and then I immediately fell asleep. I checked out in the hotel room and I passed out for 2 hours. And then since the 2 p.m., I've never been sober. So yeah,
That's right. I mean, that's what happens when you drink 50. What was it? 58%.
no. So we didn't have that. That's just something that's just a vice that I have. Like independent of this story. So what happened was so we got to the hotel. I coma slept, and then went for dinner. Or sorry, we started drinking at 2 p.m. and this is between two different bars. And we drank and had food from like 2 to 8 p.m. And at that point, like we were already adequately fucked, right? And then we met up with more people. And then at that point, it was like, okay, the wedding party is so we went there for a wedding. So the wedding party was doing their thing, and then we were doing our own thing. And then I met up with a couple of friends, and we drank from about 9 p.m. all the way until 2 a.m. Okay, so that was already like a ton of drinking on the very first day. And then the wedding was the next day. And in the back of my mind, I always thought that the wedding was going to happen at 5 p.m. in the afternoon. That's what it said on the card. That's what it said on the instructions. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'm going to be hungover like crazy, but we're going to party it up tonight. We're going to party up like crazy. And then we're going to get breakfast together, and then all of us will hang out, and then we'll what the hell was that? We'll sober up to, whoa.
It was so sober. Yes.
We'll sober up together, and then we'll head down to the wedding. No problem. So we haul ass, we get our asses up, and everybody is hungover. Everybody is hungover. And this is around 9 a.m. So we ended up, eventually we got to the lobby, and then we went to get breakfast together. Let's see, what the heck is that? Someone just threw something at me. Anyway, on with the story.
Well, I think you should probably stop talking about being an alcoholic. Maybe that's why they're throwing things at you. It's
No,
just
no, they don't even.
social displeasure.
They don't understand English. They got nothing.
That's not okay.
So we got up at around 11. We get to the breakfast place, and then also everything is in French. So I'm really hungover. Everything is in French. I couldn't read, and then it was just a nightmare of an experience. And then we got our food, and then someone texted us. Someone from the wedding party texted us, and then they said, "Hey, I hope everyone is ready. So we'll see you at the ceremony at 2." I was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, nobody told us the ceremony was at 2 because everyone thought it was at 5. And then it turns out they wanted everyone to get there early. So now we had to get there at 1:30 p.m. And this is already like almost 12, right? So we wolf down our food. We get back to the hotel. We do we try to iron our shirts and our suits and our ties and all that stuff. And we barely get ready. And then
So basically, you're doing all this drunk.
Yes.
Too?
Yes, absolutely.
Did you accidentally iron someone else, or how did that go?
No, but I actually struggled like crazy trying to those hotels, they have like those iron like pans or whatever. I struggled so hard trying to set that up. And anyway, so we ironed the clothes. We get our asses over to the ceremony, and this was at 1:30. And then for the entirety of the ceremony, and we must have been really obvious, we were just like super drunk, super giggly, and then people were in our lane, which is like everyone
Bunch of giggly guys trying to do their clothes. I still can't get over that. I'm trying to think of like it's giving like slumber party vibes.
Well, it was, except like it was it really was it wasn't fun in the very beginning, but afterwards when we started cracking jokes and everyone started to calm down a little bit and kind of like went from a hangover mode to like okay, like we can still pretend we're drunk and have fun, right? So that's basically what happened. We started joking, we started vibing, and then the ceremony itself was absolutely beautiful. A little bit long for my liking, but it was really nice. And so fast forward, the ceremony is over. Get back to the hotel room, and now it's time to like actually go for the 5 p.m. thing, which is, it turns out that was the reception. So like that all makes sense timeline wise. And of course, when we get there, what happens? It's open bar, right? So once again, we immediately snowball into the drinking portion of it, and that's when people
started face plant into the alcohol.
No, I didn't, but there was just so many options. There was white wine, there was red wine, there was like tequila, there was rum, there was vodka, there's whiskey. There's like basically anything that you wanted, you can get, and it was open bar.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, and then at one point, I actually don't remember what time this was, but at one point, a couple of us were like, okay, you know what? Alcohol is great, but there's no more food, and we were hungry as hell.
Ooh. Yeah, so need food to counter all of that. That yes. 58%.
That was not being served at the wedding. You keep on thinking they're serving that there, but they're not.
I just can't get over it. I mean, it's like
I'll show you the bottle. I'll show you the bottle on Discord later.
Yeah, but I mean, really, that is seriously some high proof right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so we're like, oh shit, we're so hungry. Like we're all fucked up, and like nobody was gonna be driving, so we decided to like just to mission it like on feet, right? We ended up going to this like little plaza mall because on the way here I saw a McDonald's, and the McDonald's in Quebec City, by the way, are green, which is extremely weird. Okay. Anyways, so I'm there. Like I'm trying to find this McDonald's, the legendary green McDonald's that I saw while I was walking here, and I just could not find it. And then at one point we got separated. We got separated inside this plaza mall, and then I'm just walking around like hungry as hell. And then I walked by a mirror, and I was like, oh hey. and that was when I took that picture. I don't know if you saw that picture on the TL in the middle of the night. Wait, did you see that picture?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back. Okay, you know that the past few days have been all just a a study in trying to actually stay connected to reality for me. So
True.
I will have to try to remember if I have seen that or not.
Okay.
I'm just actually impressed that I'm here right now on this stream. So
Wait, why is that?
because I still am like sick with this head cold thing. I mean, it's like so incredible. You keep hearing things too, and it makes me feel like, am I supposed to be hearing something? Is
Yes.
that actually going to be a real thing?
It is. If we can get this echo cancellation situation figured out, then you would be able to hear the audio in its entirety. But just to stay concurrent with the story, so I basically took this super drunk picture inside this mall area, and then it turns out I don't remember doing that, and and then when I saw it next morning, I was like, dude, there's no way I took a selfie and posted that shit on Twitter. And what's worse was that I went to the comments, and then I started and I replied to comments. I'm like, did I fucking do this? There's no way I fucking did this. And then I'm like, what else did I do? Like, like if I don't remember this, like what else did I do on my phone when I was drunk? So I started panicking. I go through my phone. I'm looking at outgoing like Discord messages, calls, emails, and like I think DMs on Twitter. I'm just like, I was so worried that I would have sent something out, like complete drunk texting people.
Well, it seems like you just kind of let everything slide, and you were just present in that moment. So that kind of bodes well for you not saying questionable things, maybe.
Perhaps, but I mean, according to other people, we eventually found the McDonald's. I don't remember finding it, but according to other people, we found the McDonald's. We came back with food, and then we partied till about like 1:30 or 2 a.m.
Oh, that's not too bad.
But the next day, we all had to get up at 6 a.m. in order to catch the flight back. So once again, we're in the lobby. Everybody is hungover and drunk. Even the whole Uber ride, I felt sick. And then the plane ride home, oh my God, that was like, the takeoff is okay. But like right when we were about to land, that's like when the hungoverness like really started to manifest.
The hungoverness?
Yeah, like,
what is this word?
Yeah.
Hungoverness.
But you know when the plane lands, it's like
what is he, wrapped in a carpet?
Yeah, he was like in a bag.
What in the
Not this guy.
Not this guy. Ooh, creepy face. Oh.
Wow, one-handed.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, can you hear the music?
Oh, that's a nightmare. Oh, jeez. No, thank you. No, that plane ride was just absolutely awful. But I can totally relate, because you told me that when you came back, you felt like just crazy sick, right?
Oh yeah, incredible.
Even right now.
And I did not walk around
drunk.
Yeah. I was trying to find a better way to say it. I mean, no, it was just because, severe disorientation because of lack of sleep and food and water. Because there was no point where I could stop to get a bite to eat. I mean, the first flight that I had, I did get, their food, but it's just barely enough to call it a meal.
Yeah.
And then, what's he doing? It begins now. He's like, oh, I'm awake. What's going on? Kinky.
Fuck.
You're like, ooh, I like this. He's like, fuck.
I did not say that I liked it.
Okay.
Just an observation.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think you're trying to project onto me, sir.
No. That is very incorrect.
Oh, I don't agree now. I feel like you probably are pointing something out. I can see your thinking.
You can see my thinking. That is.
But you've been in spots like this before. I guess you were here looking for someone.
Maybe.
Are we doing this right now?
No,
You're
we're
Louise?
not doing. We're not doing anything. I'm trying to pay attention to the storyline.
Oh no, I thought you were doing like Luis's lines, and I was doing Leon's lines or something.
Oh, go ahead. But I was just trying to read and completely ignore what you were saying.
Oh well, that's very nice of you.
I mean, that's what.
Hanging with you, not healthy.
Not healthy.
Like, oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Teamwork.
Chains are really effective at a weapon for self-defense. Ooh, nice.
Is that from experience or
Why do people always think these things of me?
because when you say it, you say it from like a very professional, like knowledgeable gentleman voice.
How is this? Personal experience does not mean professional, and I don't. I don't know what to say.
Well, I'm guessing you got to elaborate a little bit more on this chain self-defense story because you seem to know a lot about this.
No, it's not. It's not a chain for self-defense or anything like that. Just an observation, because in movies you look at the physics of how a chain moves. It's going to be a little bit easier to carry around and very effective in a lot of hand-to-hand combative kind of
I'm probably due.
positions, and you can keep somebody farther away. You can use it in a knife fight. It'll help you to get the better of somebody that is a little bit stronger than you.
Right.
I mean, maybe I watched too many action movies. I don't know.
So there is a little something to justify the knowledge that is coming from the situation.
Sure, we'll go with that.
My gear.
You know what? And one of the highlight clips, the one from our last session.
Yeah.
There was this. I think it was the most recent clip that I put out. And this one segment, you were just like telling an amazing story
About the guns.
Yes, about the gun. Oh, that was awesome. And then, oh, okay, hold on a second.
Again, excuse me while I kill this guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could finesse it a little bit better. That was okay.
I panicked and I just not here to look sexy, just die already. Ooh, Sapphire.
I mean, it's okay. It looks like you just needed to get something out of your system.
Yes. Ah, damn it.
You came back from your travels really intense.
No problem. Just my third bear trap today. No, thank you.
Yeah, look at
No
you.
deal.
You're not avoiding any of them. Going in for that hard.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it. It ended right there. I just don't have anything else to say. I think it's stupid that you fall into bear traps all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's disturbing. You need to get better.
Yes. Trying to shimmy over. Oh, he's coming. He's coming.
Ooh, he can crouch down. What was that?
I'm trying to see if he comes closer or turns around.
Oh, it's mice. No, not mice. Rats.
Yes.
That's the sound of
Oh,
rats.
wow. So you can hear it then. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell are you, dude?
He's on the left. Right there, see?
Please don't turn here. Okay, good. There we go.
Was it him talking?
I think so. Wait,
I
is it
thought they were zombies.
unless there's oh no, they're Spaniards.
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 Okay.
Do you speak Spanish at all?
Okay.
See. Oh jeez. That is I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do here, and then we'll figure this out.
Don't you know? What do you mean figure it out? Just play.
Oh gosh. It's like it's supposed to be a puzzle game, but I'm trying to be a gracious host at the same time. So
Don't do that. No, do please. Don't do that. No accents. No accents, please.
oh my goodness.
He's back.
So much stuff on the table. Damn it. I gotta come back for this.
Yeah. Get the puzzle finished.
I need a storage bin. I don't want to leave these knives on the table.
Why will they be gone?
I don't think so. I think I can always come back for them, but just I want them now. No knives shall be left behind. Okay, can I pick them up now? Awesome. All right, cool. Let's get out of here. Sheesh. But I
The
think
frustration in your voice. Oh,
yeah. There's
that's interesting.
there's a merchant boy. But like all in all, I don't miss Quebec City at all.
So the wedding that you went to, was it a good one? I mean, was it like a close
Honestly, it was-
friend, family? What was it?
Oh yeah, it was a one of my closest friends back in like our university
Nice.
days, and he's it's been long overdue between him and his fiance at the time, but for like honestly like I didn't attend really many weddings like ever, but out of the ones that I did attend, honestly it was one of the better ones. They definitely went all out.
Well, was it like a lot more family centric? Or was it more like the entertainment parts of it? What was it like?
It was very family centric. There wasn't really much entertainment per se, as much as just like the reception, and then like there was a lot of family speeches. So I guess here's a layer to the story. The groom is from he's Ghanaian,
Okay, wow, yeah.
and then the bride is she's French.
Why not treat
So yeah, so it was a very multicultural wedding, and so not were there only black folks and white folks. There were also English, Ghanaian, and French speakers, and every single like major speech was not all of it was in Ghanaian, but there was most of the speeches were in French and in English because it's Quebec City after all, right? So it made sense for every speech to have a translation, and yeah, like they definitely went all out on that because it's not easy to plan like a wedding, like not only like the amount of people that were there, but also like the various languages and all the speeches that had to go down in the different languages. Yeah, it was honestly a spectacle to behold. And the only thing is that the only gripe I have is that maybe is the food. Like there definitely could have been more food.
Wow.
Because we had to we literally went out in the middle of the night to get more grub. So yeah, but I think that led to a different fun situation altogether.
Different fun situation where you got hammered. All the alcohol.
I'm gonna send you that photo right now, actually, while I have it.
Okay.
Like I feel like you've seen it, but
I know. Okay, just hang on. I'm gonna go look for it because I feel like in my sleep-addled brain, I feel like there's been a point where I've seen it.
Did you say my sweet adult brain?
Oh my goodness. No. Why? Why?
Okay, I found it. Copy.
Sleep addled.
Oh, okay.
Just not. Oh my word.
Not that thing I said. Oh, I sent it to your Discord.
Okay.
Also, Discord with Twitter links now kind of sucks because it opens it up in like this weird separate browser.
Yeah.
It doesn't automatically like deep
Versus
link
the
into
app.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
The hell am I?
Okay, let's see. I'm just seeing a lot of on-brand
On brand.
images. Yeah, a lot of blue. There's a lot of blue and ice on your posts.
Oh, you're just going through the timeline then, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. If you scroll down, it's
Roam around drunk and see a mirror. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, yes, that's the one. Yeah. That's nuts. Can you imagine the fear and like just when I saw that, I was like, oh my god, what else did I freaking post?
I mean, it's not like you were that grubby to you were just drunk. I mean, and in love with the image in the mirror. I guess.
Well, I would think even in my darkest moments, I'm like, I gotta post to the lighting here. I was still cognizant of that much, I suppose. I shouldn't have done that. I should have sniped up more people before King. Oh, okay, not good. Nice. Oh, Jesus. But no, I don't miss Quebec City. I don't really know if I'll go back, to be honest. There's nothing about the city that really screamed like this is someplace that I would want to visit again.
I get it.
Unlike Amsterdam, yeah, because it's been years and I still think about it.
Well, I think there's a lot of places that I want to go eventually that I would definitely go back again. There's probably very few of them that I would be like, okay, this one trip kind of encompassed everything that I want to see and do and take part of. Traveling has always been. We're having like this very normal, quiet conversation, and you're brutally murdering someone.
Imagine I'm actually like this. I'm actually Leon doing this like in a mission in real life, and we're just having this conversation on the. It's like, yes. How was your trip? Meanwhile, like 20 people are trying to kill you.
Very CIA and Mission Impossible kind of things.
Have you seen the latest one?
No, I haven't actually. That's on my list for to watch in my downtime that I don't get usually. Well, usually when I watch movies, it's when I'm working that I don't have to be in a meeting and I don't have to like put a lot of mindfulness into what I'm doing. Is just kind of working, responding. Stuff like that.
It kind of sounds like you're always working. You don't have much downtime.
Yeah, basically. Because if I'm not working online, I'm going to be working, getting stuff ready to move. So
right,
that
and stuff, right?
Yeah. So I've got helping my parents to move is kind of done a lot for like how I look at things. I really want to go more minimal, honestly, in my life. So
yeah,
it opens up a little bit more freedom, I think, for I don't know, for like travel, to be honest. If you are more focused on like quality of living versus like adding, oh, I like this, I'm gonna do this, or add this into my home, or oh, I like this. I think you get tied down to a lot more, and so it's harder to separate out both time and money to do more traveling. So
like when you have that
vicious. That was just vicious. What are you confused about going up parkour? Here's a half wall. I'm just gonna
hop back.
Oh. It's kind of.
So for you then, like traveling is would you say traveling is one of your favorite leisures, even though you just mentioned that you didn't travel until recently?
Yeah, I don't travel like extensively. I like to go. I mean, yeah, I like to travel. I like to travel any reason. It's something that I just enjoy doing. It's difficult, of course. There's a lot, and I think it depends on what the travel is for. I've traveled for work for many different reasons,
Mhm.
and I think having the possibility of having more world travel is so very intriguing. It's just it opens up a lot more of a mindset of like what's possible, what I can do.
Mhm.
If I had, more connections and needed to do more work in other countries, I think that would be a little different. But if I'm working online and don't need to be nailed down to one particular location,
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of freedom that I've been shooting for like this whole time. My mom, she has wanted to go to other countries and she really can't go by herself. She's often confused by travel, by not being able to pay attention to signs and stuff like that. So she would need someone to go with her, and I've just never had the opportunity to chunk aside 2 weeks for us to travel.
Mhm.
So with me being able to be more full-time Web3,
Yeah.
I'll be able to take her to France to visit her best friend and
It's awesome.
go to Ireland and Norway. Like she's been wanting to go since I was little, she's wanted to go. She's got family in Ireland and Norway that she's not seen very often, and she maybe twice, I think, she's seen them, but she's really big on like generational family connections and
Mhm.
ancestry and history and stuff like that. So she wants to go to see like the what she calls the ancestral home in she's a little dramatic.
The homelands and wait, you weren't were you also born back there? You weren't born here in the States, right?
I was
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha. But your parents, where are they from?
The US.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I mean. She has not been many places either, but she
Right.
for her the attraction is the history of our family. So
Mm.
like her great grandparents and all those different generations, it's just intriguing to her where they came from and what they went through to get to the different places in their lives. And because they changed their everything. They changed every part of themselves to try to get their children a better way of living.
Yeah.
And it was incredibly hard work. And so she just likes to learn about where they came from and get to see things through their eyes. So
That's a very just like I guess like it's I was gonna say it's a very Asian thing, but I guess family tradition.
yeah. So interesting. Do you always take care of your problems by blowing them up?
Not all of them. But I mean
Just the ones that look at you mean. I mean,
this particular one.
just the ones that kind of look at you cross-eyed and
The moment I said
stand
no,
over you.
like 4 explosions happened.
Whoa, wait, what?
Oh jeez.
That was some kind of costume.
Oh, that
It
was
was
fun
this
as hell.
huge lady with a.
A huge lady.
They were taller than you. I don't know, unless you're really short.
Nah. Come on. There you are. Oh boy. But that's really sweet of you though. Like for you to it's really an amazing setup because for you want to do more like so you want to take your mom out to travel and all that. And for you to have this like working situation, like working in Web3, it really does enable you guys to work remotely, right? To be on the move, and then no matter if you're like here in the US or across like overseas, you can do both, which I think is extremely powerful.
Yeah, and that's kind of the biggest attraction to working in Web3 has
Yes.
been. But it's it's not easy. I mean, it's not like you can just go um, do whatever and then attain that freedom. It's a lot of work and heart and attention. You have to really maintain things. You have to be very clear with your connection and your activity, a lot, just everything. You have to be above board. You have to follow through and make sure that what you're doing is worth somebody giving you um, their trust and um, payment. I mean, honestly, it's working in Web3. You have to be at this point. It's not like people are just throwing money around. So you have to be worth your paycheck in every possible way. And for some people that means like severely double down, on your work. For other people, it's making sure that you've got connections so that you give opportunities to whoever or whatever you're working with. And um, I don't know. For me, I think I need to also add in a lot more educative um, advancements for myself to make sure that what I'm capable of doing
Mhm.
is meeting the project where they need it the most.
Yeah. Well, I think like back then, at least, people, a lot of like founders definitely overpaid the majority of their staff, and and that's because like most of the founders back then, they're just rich children that got a lot of money, and they didn't know how to manage it properly. Right?
You're right, right.
These guys, they don't have experience in running an actual corporation. These
I
guys
know.
these guys are just like rich ass teenagers that got a hold of a lot of money, and most important things is A, maintaining their influencer status, and B, to buy runway for the project. And like
Yeah.
that kind of thinking, it was honestly, it was kind of exemplified through the vast majority of like the projects that kind of did well back in 2021, 22. And yeah, now these guys, they don't have money anymore. So I think the projects that are coming into the space now, for them to do well, they really need a Web2, like experienced Web2 business entrepreneur, like at the
Mhm.
helm. You can't just frivolously spend money and expect shit to work out like it did back then, because that's just not it. That's just not the way it's going to work anymore. Money was really easy to make during the bull run, and people were just really like, they were very uncareful with it.
You know, I think that is the just not just because of Web3, and it's not just because of wherever, um, whatever avenue, whatever business, whatever industry. I think that is true of anywhere. It's just a little bit more prevalent because this is people that are more substantial in their business. They are not in Web3 to a degree. Some people are, but they're not taking a chance on their IRL businesses because
Yes.
that's where their foundation is. That's where things are solid. Um, that's where they can have the best uh, marketing to receive, to the results. Marketing to results. Ratios. Everything is a lot more concrete.
Yep.
But if you get into Web3, you're taking a chance that is a higher risk than anything that you're going to try IRL. So usually the people that are going to do it tend to be a little bit more impulsive,
Yep.
in my opinion. Not saying that there aren't people that are taking their time and making sure that the steps they take are very thoughtful and um, using as much information as possible in the best possible way and putting the proper people in place. But at one point, there was just too much money to be had. There was just access to too much, money. And I remember even into a couple of projects that I tried to get like whitelist for, that was the whole, grinding for whitelist, and you had to have a certain activity level. So basically, whoever had enough time and money just threw money around,
Yep.
and it
That's the
was
problem. It was too easy to get.
yeah,
It
it
was too
was
easy to get the money for minting.
sad. It was just sad because look at the money, the opportunities that could have been made, that could have been built or changed, or health developed into the ecosystem.
Mhm.
But I think too that we're definitely past that point.
100%.
I don't think people are going to exist in that zone anymore. There's way too much importance that has been placed on what we're doing here. So you get into a project, there's a lot more people that are DIY.
DIY.
See, yeah, that's DIYing, but that's not exactly what I meant. My brain just couldn't provide the information.
But you meant to say DYORE.
I
right?
did. I feel sad for anybody who heard that.
That's fine.
But
no, you are right about that. Just because like back then money was so easy to get that people were just so like not careful with the way they spent it. And like the dynamic of like Web2 businesses is that yes, there are government grants, like you can write a proposal and like maybe the government or the city can sponsor you that at cost. But most people, they don't have that. Most people, they have to provide that kind of like, they have to provide that capital up front. So when that money is yours from the years past that you built up, you are going to be a lot more careful with it, right? You didn't just randomly get the funding up front from all these these NFT investors, and then you're expected to build a product. Like Web2 works the opposite, right? You're expected to have the money first, and then you have to have the plan and everything like all set up before you can even try to convince people to buy into whatever you're working on. So like the dynamic of like people being careful and also combined with like the money coming first versus the money coming like after, it's really important. And I think most people that are coming into this space now, they're going to have money up front. So we can't depend on like a mint in order to raise funds, in order to build what we want. Like you're going to have to come in with the money up front, and then you're going to have to come in with like a value proposition that is already provided for based on the money that you already have. And any funds that you raise from mint is just going to be an added bonus. Like that has to be the way that like these companies work like and operate. Otherwise, it's just going to be rug pull after rug pull.
The problem so many of the people going forward is that they don't have the same type of momentum that they're getting, and so they get discouraged because it's so much more difficult to get attention now. Even if you have a good project, even if you have a good team, even if you have a good background, and sometimes it is all due to timing as well, because there's projects that if they would have waited 6 weeks, or if they would have had everything ready 2 months prior, they would have had no problems. They would have had the right community. There would have been the right amount of growth. But so many factors change people's perception of actions and intentions, even because part of what you are going for is trust in what you're intending to do. So you can put out what your plans are, but if people don't trust that your intentions are solid, your intentions towards producing what you're promising, then there's no point in doing anything more, because people aren't trusting your intentions. So that's why like projects that don't have a founder who feels like it's important to be a forward-facing personality, like if you don't have as much of a presence in a public in a public way, they don't do well now.
Back then, founders can literally just chill and hire a team of puppets to kind of like handle the front end of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of bizarre how like this space has evolved, but honestly,
right.
But I really do feel like this is like we were way too way too easy on how founders operated back during
Yeah.
the previous bull run. Like, it should not have been that easy, but it was inevitable. It had to have happened for us to progress to this point, I suppose.
Yeah. And the thing is that people get very discouraged and say that there's so much that went wrong. But in that too is growth by itself. So every period in human history, there's going to be people that fell away, that risked everything and lost everything. And it's going to be always going to be a higher percentage than the people that succeed.
Of course.
It's always going to be that way. And that's just, it's really hard on the people that fail. It's of course, it's sometimes it's debilitating, and they leave to go to, another even another industry, or they just never try again. And that's a sad part of reality. It really is.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that. We actually spoke about this on Spaces yesterday. Like how a bunch of different like NFT projects now are coming out of with their own like plushies and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we talked about this like somewhat this morning too. But yeah, it's kind of like we see everyone hoarding onto the cash that they got from mints, and nobody is doing anything. And what happens? Like, the longer you hold on to this money, like the more irritated the crowd becomes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now they're forced to spend some money in order to kind of appease the crowd. And the thing like a lot of projects do is that they want to hold money for as long as possible, such that they can buy themselves time and they can see what the market is doing and see what's effective, so that way they don't have to waste money. And like, this unfortunate truth of it all is just that most projects that go out there using money up front in order to try something like that's innovative, 95% of them fail, right? Because it's really tough to be able to capture what works. It's really tough to be a Luca Nets. It's really tough to be a Pudgy Penguins. And then, of course, when everyone sees the success of Pudgies, now everyone is trying to launch their own derivative,
Right?
because they think that this is the key to a secondary revenue stream. But like, all these projects that had money from Mint, and they pulled the trigger at something that they thought was going to work, like P2E games, metaverses, all these big buzzword like integrations of 2022. None of these things succeeded. So everyone that spent capital on trying to build out a metaverse or a P2E game has fallen like miserably. And like, I would say most of these projects are no longer around. So it's really a tough balance. Like, you want to keep the crowd happy, but you can't do so without spending any money. You have to spend some money in order to do it. And like, finding that balance, I think, is it's really going to determine like which projects succeed and which projects fail.
I agree.
Like, Azuki is one of the ones that we spoke about yesterday, because like, I don't know how familiar you are with the Azuki ecosystem, but essentially they had their own like a vinyl toy called Gus that just recently came out, and it's been like, for the most part, I think it's well received. But there's also like another subset of people that are kind of upset about it, and their whole reason of them being upset was that, like, they think like, elementals weren't taken care of. Like, why is it only the beans people got a chance at the plushie, and why didn't everybody get a plushie, right? And like, I understand why people are upset about that, but at the same time, like, Azuki as an ecosystem is 50,000 collections wide. If we were really to create value at a 50,000 quantity, that's going to take a ton of money. And let's be real, if you make it so like non-unique and non-distinct, such that like the OGs and the elementals and the beans all got the same thing, at the end of the day, you spent a bunch of money and people aren't even going to be happy about it. So instead, what they did, which I think is a right move from Chihiro Labs, is that they dropped incentives for specific collections. So they did something. They have the whole anime angle with the elementals. They have the whole IP rights, but they also have the plushies and Azuki Love Island for the beans. And meanwhile, OGs get to enjoy all of it, right? And that kind of puts them in the position that they are allowed to try new things. They are allowed to adhere to the meta, but they don't have to expend a ton of money doing it. So like, these are, honestly, I think this is one of the reasons why, like all NFTs are kind of going up right now, but I think one of the reasons why Azuki actually mooned like so much higher compared to other projects is because people are starting to realize that these guys are, while yes, they fucked up, before, but right now they definitely have grown up and they're really smart with their money right now. Because they raised a ton of money from the elementals drop, and we don't see them frivolously spending it just to like make the crowd happy, right? They're very strategic about it, and this is something that I haven't seen with other projects before, or I have seen it with other projects before, but with the concurrent projects that are still alive, this is something that's it's honestly quite bullish, because it gives people the idea that like Chihiro Labs Azuki is really developing into a mature Web 2/Web 3 company, and yeah, this is absolutely what we need more of in this whole like NFT culture, because we can't just have like children as founders and trying to pretend they know how a business works anymore.
Right. And I like to see this development and growth of the overall community as well in NFTs, in crypto, in Web3. You see a real growth and maturity that's happened, and really I'm so glad that that we're at the place that we're at, because they're not just demanding more out of the project teams and founders, but they're also being more responsible people, more responsible in taking charge of like their own their own clicks. I mean, there's not as much defensive kind of actions while blaming somebody else for their taking a chance, doing something stupid, or clicking a link because they thought it was going to be something. But the more that we take charge of our own actions and be responsible for our own faults and just everything, it's going to matter so much more the further that this goes on, the more that we get involved in projects. So it's very important to be a responsible member of this ecosystem.
There really was a lot more of the whole scam before. Like, I don't know, I feel like while people are getting smarter in the space now, like scams are tougher. But the scammers are also getting smarter about it too. So just because like we're learning about how scams work and how to protect ourselves, scammers are also learning about how like new innovative ways to screw us over. So
this is true.
Yeah,
but that's never going to change though. And having more, no, of course not. It's, if you look at all of human history, there's always going to be people that are trying to make just trying to take advantage of people that are unsuspecting, or maybe not even just paying attention as much.
That's right.
Taking something that is not yours is not new. So, and it's never going to change. There are always going to be those that want to take advantage of whatever weakness they can find.
And he's really strong.
Has accepted the gift.
Hey, that's our girl.
I'm sorry, just trying to watch this. It's like laggy in some places, and
oh shit. Oh, it's
for me.
Yeah, it is. It's the StreamYard app. If you were to watch it through either YouTube or Twitch, or even on Twitter, yeah, it's a lot smoother. Oh wow, like, you were saying earlier how like, oh, you need to expand like, I guess what you bring to the table for these projects. Honestly, like, you are totally fit to be a project advisor. Like, you know so much about like the space in general, like what makes an NFT project work, what doesn't, like what projects should avoid. Like, you really do know a lot about it.
Well, that's very nice. Thank you for saying that. But honestly, there's more to, I feel, and this is actually a huge, very important fact that I really want the greater majority of the community to understand is that to be an advisor, you actually have to be able to do something with that knowledge.
Mhm.
And just because I have that awareness does not mean I would make a great advisor. Like advising someone to take advantage of this versus that, or, come with some kind of new proposal. I can tell people what does not work. That's kind of where I'm at.
Right.
And that is combining my prior experience in Web2 in
Yep.
businesses, different varying businesses, and just noticing people and what they do and do not act like. So it's a lot of that practical knowledge that I have and bringing that to it. So, but you have to, in an advisory position, in my opinion, you can't just have that. It needs to be a little bit further than that. You need to be able to say, okay, this is my advice. This is what you need to do. I mean, I can do that to a degree, but that I think is not what makes a good advisor or a consultant. There needs to be a little bit more of the ability to try new things and to think of that.
Mhm.
So that may be where I get in some place in the future, but for right now, I don't think. Oh, nice. Is that a wolf?
Yeah. He he stepped in the bear trap as well.
Poor wolf.
He's okay now. And actually, if you don't mind me asking, because you mentioned the nature of your Web2 work. So what line of work were you in for Web2 prior to going full time? Right?
For my most recent work is just as a clerk in a farm supply facility. So it's nothing that like I had done before. So I didn't want to do anything that required management. I had burnt out on so many different things.
Oh,
So I was just basically just tired of being in management and didn't want that weight of responsibility.
we briefly did talk about this in a space one
Yeah.
regarding the chicken farm. But so I guess
Chicken
because you
farm.
didn't- that's how Joseph put it.
Yeah, but
but
there's been no chicken farm, just to be clear. That was just a hobby. Raised chickens for a hobby. That's it.
But you do have experience being a clerk, so like overseeing like the whole like business side of things.
Yeah.
hmm And how do you find that like that experience compares to what you're doing now full time in Web3?
Management in any kind of IRL small business
Mhm.
is going to be a really good place to come from if you are going to get into a project NFT.
Wow.
The other point that is going to be of really, really important value is if you have any business schooling at all.
Mhm.
Another level of education, I would say, would be financial, not just the business part of it, but actual financials. Being from that background would
Yep.
make a huge, huge difference. So from my background, I came from doing a lot with small businesses.
Whoa. Sorry, there's evil dogs now. Holy
Evil
crap.
dogs.
Whoa, there's a lot of you guys.
Well, you're not gonna make it here. Whoa, big teeth.
Jeez. These are so much more terrifying than people.
Yeah. Anything with fangs like that is coming after me. I'm definitely gonna freak more out than
Yes.
somebody.
Are you a dog or a cat person?
I like animals. Probably more of a dog person just because I've never had a cat. My
Oh.
dad is deathly allergic, so
Oh,
I've never had one.
gotcha. What the hell? I did not see her at all. But you have had a dog?
Yeah, I've raised dogs. I've taken in dogs, fostered dogs, raised pups, trained a lot of them. So
Oh wow, you train. Wow, that's impressive.
Well, not really. I mean, if you have a dog, you need to train it. That's basically it.
But you did it as like you did it for other people or just the ones that you had?
Just my own. Just my own.
Gotcha.
Because I think it's important to have that established. So, um, people have called me the dog whisperer.
The dog whisperer.
Yeah, I guess.
So you have a certain set of skills.
Dogs like me generally. It's very rare that dogs don't like me, but I think that's because I understand why they are the way they are and the way they interact with their environment around them. So they're very much a behavior responsive kind of animal. So you show them the right responses in your behaviors. And I'm not. Somebody told me once that I act like I'm an alpha dog. So I don't know how to take that, but
I mean, as in like you have that personality that makes like the dogs like, okay, we will obey your command.
I guess. I don't know. I think it's just I behave in a certain way and I don't let them take part of my personal space without my say so. I guess that's like a dog thing.
Yeah. Oh shoot! What was I gonna say? Damn it! So I have so like so like I have a dog, right? I got a little Bichon, and a lot of it's like it does come down to classic conditioning and just like the way you go about teaching your dog. But I don't know. For me, it's like I'm very much okay with teaching my dog like just like the basics, like command, sit, like up, like stay, like whatever, like those basics type of commands. But for whatever reason, like my recall with her is just absolutely horrible. So if she's in the field or she's like she's off leash in the park, yeah, that I have such trouble getting her done. And I don't know if that's on me or if that's
that is on you. It's all on you.
No, yeah, I guess it is on me. But yeah,
I mean, usually when I have my dogs, they come whenever I call. And I think it's because I've made that a relationship thing between me and my dog. So it's if they want to be part of things that I'm involved in, they come when I call, and they stay generally around me, wherever I am. I've had dogs that did not do that, but they weren't like my dog. So most of the time those dogs have been like foster, or I took them in because they didn't have another home, and they had some severe anxiety, emotional issues. So it wouldn't have worked either. It would have taken so much time, a lot of work on that one animal to get them to a point where they were connecting with me. Like in that space, there was enough trust that I would take care of it, and that if I needed their help, I would let them know. So if you have a dog that's high tension and kind of stays at that high tension in any situation, tries to get in between you and another person, they're too nervous. There's not that layer of you're in charge. It's they feel the need to protect you, get involved, and I make sure that my dogs don't feel that need. I'm going to be in charge, and they're not to take that position with me.
True. So if my dog like wants to play with literally every living thing that moves, that's it about me as a dog owner.
I mean, then make sure her devotion and attention is on you.
Interesting.
And that takes a lot. It takes a lot to get past that point because
yes.
Is she young?
She's 2.5 years old.
Yeah, she's still relatively young. So I mean, it's possible, but And yeah, it depends on you. It depends on the dog. So some people just are never going to be to that point where it'll get, where you snap your fingers and the dog's like right there.
Yeah, my dog definitely is nothing close. Not even like this.
I mean, I had it. I've had it where the person I was involved with said that I whistled for him the same way that I whistled for the dog. And the funny thing is that they both still came over. So it works.
A well-tuned weapon
Oh,
can
that's
make up
you,
for
that's.
a
I guess there's a certain overlap with training men compared to training canines as well.
cash in your pocket all your life.
But yeah, that's put a different perspective on how I should play with my little pup.
I guess. I don't know.
I find it interesting though the way that you kind of explain it to me. Like if your dog is trying to get in between you or somebody else, then that's like it's kind of showing like you're not in charge, right?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that mentality is really important.
Definitely.
Oh shoot! What the heck did I just do that?
I don't know. I think you need to focus on your game.
No. By the way, we are running. We are past 4 p.m. We did start a little bit late. I just want to be cognizant of your time. How is your schedule for the rest of the day like?
I've got a couple meetings that I need to go to.
What time?
Whenever I'm done.
Oh wait, what? It's not a preset meeting. It's a
Yeah, not preset. Just kind of whenever I'm done, I've got to get back with a couple people.
Oh, so okay, so it's not like we booked this time on calendar with you, AC. Like, why aren't you here?
Right. Yeah, because I was very well aware that things needed to be a little bit more fluid today. I'm still recovering from getting back to reality here.
Reality. But in general, though, like Thursdays around this time slot, for the most part, it is okay, right? And we
Yeah.
previously discussed that Tuesdays are not okay. Is that still correct?
Yeah, mostly. There's just it'll just be a little bit more in the future. I just need to let things kind of fall into place because I've got a lot of scheduling that's changing. So just needing to be more aware of how things need to fit together. So
Right. Gotcha. So like I'm just gonna leave the game on idle here as we we'll chat for like 10 minutes or so and then we'll wrap things up. But so I've been thinking I kind of want to move my stuff 1 hour earlier. So it would be like 1 to 3 p.m. or like, and I guess for you it'd be 12 to 2, right?
yeah.
Because like with the whole daylight savings time, it's kind of like put me into the position where like people that were already tuning in for my 2 p.m. shows, which were 2 a.m. their time, like that was already asking for a lot. And now it's 3 a.m. their time. So like a lot of my friends like from Asia, they're unable to tune into anything that I do now because of just like how late my shows are into the afternoon. So I don't know. I've been thinking about like putting them earlier. Like I've been considering 1 p.m., but I also even considered doing it earlier than that, like maybe even starting at 12. So, but I'm still thinking about it. I do want to make it so all of my shows, so which includes my spaces and streams, are very consistent in terms of timing, right?
Right.
So I just I wanted to see like in terms of your timing and your schedule, how would that look?
I will get back with you because there's still a couple of things that I need to account for in my schedule and getting back from other people what that's going to look like on a weekly basis. So a couple of meetings that need to happen like on a weekly basis. So I will have more probably, since today's Thursday, more probably on Monday. I will know a lot more concrete.
True. Well, sounds good. And hopefully by then we would have figured out this audio situation as well.
Yeah, hope so.
But yeah, we'll take that conversation offline. But I guess for all of you guys tuning in, and for our viewers on Twitch and or YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. We know we started a little bit late today. We were trying to flesh out the problems, and maybe the problems may not be 100% solved, but we are getting there slowly. And hopefully next time you guys see us together, we will have all these audio issues sorted out. But in the meantime, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And any final thoughts, AC, before we close things out?
No, not really. Just join us next time, and maybe then I will possibly be able to play. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we got to figure that situation out too.
Yeah.
Which AC will play, and I will be the accompanying audio.
We'll definitely see a lot more dying.
Yes, we will get to that. But hey, guys, thanks for watching. This is going to be the end of our stream today. Yeah, check us out possibly Tuesdays and Thursdays on 2 p.m. Eastern. If there are any changes, we'll be sure to let you guys know. But that being said, this is Ice and AC signing off, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.